All right. We are live. Welcome back, boys. It's another Sunday. Time for a scoring live stream. We're back to a full strength team again this week. Josh is back after a couple of weeks off. It's good to have you back, Josh. How have you been?
Hey, feeling great, rejuvenated, ready to get in the mix there. Thank you for having me on. Appreciate it.
Excellent. And welcome back, Alex. Here again as usual. How's things your end?
Doing well. Happy Mother's Day to everybody here in the U.S. and great to have Josh back.
Excellent. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers over in the US and wherever else it's happening around the world. We're a bit different over in the UK, at least. We had ours back in March. So yeah, we're going to try and wrap this up within a couple of hours because I know you boys need to go and look after the mothers and etc. So let's get straight into it. We will cover, three massive names in the sport. Kind of a bit of a who's who of boxing at the moment. So let's go back a couple of weeks. And Canelo Alvarez got an expected victory over Jaime Munguia. Alex, do you want to take us through the action, what you make of his performance, what you make of Munguia's performance, and just the immediate future for both fighters?
Yeah, definitely. Coming into the fight, it was billed as Mexican versus Mexican. So a lot of people were expecting, it's the young gun versus, the old veteran. So it seemed to be, even though Canelo's been pound for pound so many years, that Munguia with his youth, with his, excitement to be in his first big fight, it was going to be a competitive fight. And I think that's what we got in those beginning rounds. Munguia was able to throw combinations, use his length. He had a very good jab, was going to the body. And you see Canelo was, I wouldn't say overwhelmed, but, needed time to adjust. And adjust he did. He hit him with a beautiful, and I think it was round 4, hit him with a beautiful left hook, right uppercut to drop him, brought that left hook just in case. And that ended up being the big change in the fight. Canelo just too smart, too accurate, too good. Go and cruises to a unanimous decision. No shame to Munguia. I think most people kind of knew, like, hey, this was a big step up. He's a guy that some may feel didn't take the best opportunities, back at 160, but was coming off a big win with John Ryder. And like I said, that youth, Canelo, even though he's 33, 34, has a lot of miles. So I think it was a lot more questions with Canelo. And I think most of those questions were answered. Still a pound for pound fighter, still a guy that, it's going to take a lot more than your best day. You're going to have to have high level skills, elite skills, along with, maybe some other things, maybe some size as well, along with maybe being more youthful in the ring. But Munguia, still a guy that I think people want to see. I think he looked pretty decent, pretty good. Maybe people give him a little too much credit, if you ask me, but still, like I said, top 168 pounder. Still want to see him mix it up with other guys. Now with Canelo, energy's the same. One name. David Benavidez. Unfortunately, he's moving up to 175. Claims he's coming back down. Unlikely. It is what it is. They say most likely Edgar Berlanga next. Count me out.
Fair enough. Josh, what have you got to add to that? In particular, what you want to see next from both guys?
Yeah, not a ton in relation to the fight. I still need to go through it in full view because I saw bits and pieces of the fight as I was traveling at the time. But that being said, from what I did see, which was a lot of the stuff that came more later in the fight, I did expect more from Jaime Munguia for all the reasons that Alex mentioned, with him being the more youthful fighter, this being the biggest stage of his career, and an opportunity to take the throne as the Mexican boxer to watch here moving forward. And he just didn't have enough to pull it off. And I think some of it might have also been kind of the moment because as we saw leading up in the press conferences, etc., it seemed to be more Canelo versus Oscar De La Hoya as opposed to Canelo versus Munguia, and I think that kind of played into it as well, because Munguia, he just seemed to be happy just to be there on such an enormous stage, and I think that probably played into some of the psyche in some sense. That being said, I'm with Alex here. The Mexican monster, that's the fight we need to see from Canelo. Nothing else matters, especially Edgar Berlanga, who really hasn't done anything since he's come back from his hiatus due to the fact that he wasn't really doing much prior to that hiatus. And I think that's just more of a money grab fight, especially considering it's going to be on pay-per-view, because it's Canelo. And I just don't think Berlanga remotely has much of a chance to offer anything to spoil or upset the apple cart with Canelo. So David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, that's the fight we want to see, and I think that fight would do numbers. Canelo acts as though he's game for it, but we want to see it. There's no greater time than now, and the longer this goes on, it's just the more or at least for me, I start to just kind of look at Canelo a little bit differently as it relates to facing David Benavidez, who I think is the man that could make a great fight out of him.
All right, cool. I forgot to change the image around there to make you the big screen there, Josh. Sorry about that. Got too much stuff going on. Anyway, before we do move on about Canelo, we say that there's only one name we want to see him fight. What if he does fight Benavidez and then say he wins? What's next? There's not much places to go for him, I don't think. Do you have an answer to that, Alex?
Bivol rematch, of course. I mean, he's got to get that back in blood, right? You could say, what if, the biggest thing is what's going to happen with Better BF Bivol. Even if Bivol loses, like, how could you not want to run that back? Especially because regardless of those shit scorecards, he was dominated. It was a one-sided fight to most fans' eyes, except for super fans and 3 judges.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I guess if he doesn't go back there, people might say that's ducking that potential rematch. People did say that maybe it was just a stretch too far going up to that weight, but nah. Anyway, we'll see when that time comes. He's got to get in the ring with and then past Benavidez first, which is no gimme. So we'll be discussing that one again in the future. So let's move things along then. We won't cover undercards on that one because it's quite a while ago. But a few days later, Inoue was in action over in Japan. You got a stoppage victory over Luis Nery, who gave a good account of himself, had a good go early on. I think they shared knockdowns, and then Inoue took over a little bit in that one. Josh, I'm not sure if you've seen this or not, but you might have seen some highlights, if nothing else. Do you want to give us your thoughts on Inoue and that result?
This is another one I still need to watch the fight in its entirety, even though it was 6 rounds. Now, I did see Luis Nery drop Inoue, so I got as far as that, that first round for sure. And I was like, whoa, that's eye-opening right there, because that seemed to catch Inoue by surprise as well. And I was saying to myself, yeah, this is going to be a pretty solid one right here. But as far as what I've read, I know that Inoue came back to pretty much dominate and win the fight. So I'll leave it to Alex to share his thoughts on that. But what I can say is, hey, man, Inoue, that guy right there, I don't see anyone doing anything to him at 122 or really stopping him, except for Mirjan Akhmadaliev. I think he'll give him a pretty solid fight. But that being said, can he do things at 126? That'll be a question right there.
All right, Alex, did you see it? You want to give your thoughts on that one?
Fortunately, I did not have my full attention because that fight was at freaking 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning over here on the East Coast, which is working hours for most of us hardworking Americans. So, but of course, I saw the knockdown. That was a very hard knockdown. When he got up, I was like, wow, Neary might stop him, but he showed what a pound for pound fighter, one of the best fighters in the world, can do. When adversity is there, they overcome it. He actually finished it really strong if you really watch it, because I was able to watch some replays. He got himself back, scores another knockdown, and dominates. Shout out Inoue, one of the best fighters in the world. I don't know what else you could say about him. A lot of people are saying, well, he's not a pound for pound fighter, one of the best fighters because he got knocked down. I would say, what do you know about boxing? Because all the greats have been dropped. You know what I mean? Even been stopped. So, 122, they're saying Sam Goodman's next. MJ's also, they say, is probably the follow-up fight. And there's a lot of other rumors, especially with, Riyadh season, and with money can come up with a lot of opportunities. So we'll see what Sam Goodman can do. He's a good fighter, and so is MJ. 126, I'm just not a huge fan of these guys just keep moving up. I mean, with him, Neary's a big puncher and he can knock stuff out 126 as well, but he's not as big as a puncher at 122. So I mean, at 126 is 122. You're going up to 126. I just think, are we going to see the best in your way, or is it that we just want to see if he can get beat? So it's just like Canelo at 175. You got to start picking and choosing. You could say he's doing it right now at 168, and he's undisputed champion. Some may believe that, even though he's been beating all the other guys except for one. But yeah, man. Anyway, one of the best. Appreciate while it's here, because it could be gone with one punch.
All right, nicely said. Before we move along, just a quick shout out to both who's already in the chat causing mayhem as usual. Rodolfo Rivera has also joined us nice and early today. Welcome in, boys. Hopefully you'll be scoring along with us, which we will be getting onto very shortly. The instructions are on the screen. They're also in the video description as well, if you want to join in scoring as we watch along our fight soon. Who else are we going to discuss then? Let's move on to last night. I think that was all really, and we'll move things swiftly on. Lomachenko, he gets. I say last night. I don't know what time it ended up being. It was yesterday morning, possibly over here.
Super early, yeah.
Late night or early morning for you guys, but over in Australia it would have been evening time. I guess.
yeah, it was like afternoon.
Yeah.
Either way, Lomachenko got the job done. Unfortunately I've not been able to see this and not caught highlights. I was going to try and catch them today, but I've been super busy. So, Alex, I know you put some scores in. I can't remember if you did. I think you did, Josh. Yeah, you did. Yep. So you've both seen this fight. We'll start with you, Alex. Lomachenko's back. He seems to have put in a decent display from all accounts. Talk us through it and what this means going forward.
I think it's a bit similar what I spoke with Canelo, up there in age, different type of mileage, right? A lot of amateur miles, and has been matched, at a pretty high level through basically almost all his fights as a professional. 36 years old, coming off of a year layoff. You just never know what you're going to see. And, I got to give it to Kambosos. Nice body attack, especially in the beginning, round one. I think round 6, he had a very nice flurry as well. I thought that maybe he had Lomachenko a little weary in round 6. Other than that, I mean, it was a Lomachenko showcase. I mean, obviously the punch placement, the IQ, and then once he got in the groove, I mean, I think what most people love to see is with that fluid footwork. He's a little slower, not as quick on the trigger as he used to be, but still one of the best fighters in the division. Dominates a former unified champion. that people are calling, maybe the newest Buster Douglas, I guess of this current generation. Can't take it away from Kambosos. He's been a tough guy. I think six of his last 7 fights have been against former current champions.
Yeah.
And that's not easy. Not many guys, of course, don't get the opportunity, but actually take the fights. So Kambosos, he was tough, but just proved, toughness doesn't get you through fights. Get stopped with a, they actually missed a knockdown. I mean, he hit him with a clean left hand, step out clean left hand. They call it a slip, gets up, drops into the body, gets him back up and stops him, as the corner throws in the towel, his father. Kambosos, unsure what happens to him in the future, but Lomachenko, I'm going to start calling for it. Tank Davis, that's the fight we want to see. That's Lomachenko. I don't care if he's 36 years old. I don't care if 7 years ago they were saying that Tank's been ducking for 7 years, or Lomachenko, isn't the same fighter. It's still two of the best. Obviously, I think it's three-headed monster at 135. Lomachenko, Tank, and Shakur. Currently, Shakur and Lomachenko are on the same side, but once Shakur fights July 6th, it's going to become a free agent. It's going to be really interesting what happens, but it seems penciled in already is Emmanuel Navarrete versus Dennis Berinchyk winner. Just what promoters do, keep it in-house. If it makes business, it makes sense to them, unfortunately.
All right. Josh, your thoughts on this one then?
Yeah, I had been telling everybody I could see, mainly telling myself, that Lomachenko should be able to dissect Kambosos, and that's what he was able to do. So usually when he's coming off of a loss, he comes back and he destroys the opponent that he faces. And we saw a bit of that Lomachenko, as Alex mentioned, maybe a little bit slower. But that being said, that footwork was still outstanding, some of the best in boxing, and you could see that right off the jump. So I think that Lomachenko still has a good deal left in the tank, and we know he goes at it in training and brings out the best of himself and always comes in as a professional, in shape and ready to go a full 12, essentially. Now, I was thinking that Lomachenko versus Shakur Stevenson would likely be one of the fights that would happen, and that would be sort of the big one as far as two top-level boxers, excellent skills going at it. But I do like the idea of that Tank Davis fight, as Alex mentioned, even though, yes, we have been talking about it for a number of years. But, hey, lo and behold, Tank is still at 135, at least for now. So that would be a very good one right there, because even at 36, Lomachenko still possesses a lot of the tools that would make it very interesting in a contest with Tank Davis. And while we've seen at times Lomachenko get hurt slightly and dropped, we definitely would be, or it would be intriguing just to see how he deals with the power of Tank. And it'd also be intriguing to see how Tank deals with the guy with such the skill and footwork as Lomachenko, because I think that would be a true testament and test to just how good he is, because usually in contests of that nature, you see the younger fighter expected to be kind of that top level or great fighter. They have that youth on their side, and that usually helps them prevail. But hey, you never know. The wily veteran in Lomachenko, which is crazy when you really think about it, considering that he has less fights than Tank, if I'm not mistaken. But Lomachenko is no doubt the more wily veteran of the bunch, and it will be interesting. He has some tricks up the sleeve that I think would make Tank work in a way that he hasn't had to in any of the contests that he's previously been in. So that's one I definitely want to see. Hopefully we can make that happen. But as Alex did throw out there in terms of the promotional situation, yeah, that could be something that dictates or kind of throws a wrench into things. And I didn't know that Shakur Stevenson was going to be a free agent after this fight, so that'll be very interesting for sure. But yeah, in all likelihood, I haven't heard anything saying that he dislikes Top Rank or what's going on over there, so maybe he signs right back with them. You will see, but I'm going to keep my eyes open for sure, because I do want to see him in there with another top-level guy as well.
Okay. excellent stuff. I did the same thing again there, by the way. Kept Alex as the big green screen. Sorry. I'll get used to it one day. Too many screens going on. Thanks for that. Well, I've got a couple of who was it? Someone mentioned about Lomachenko earlier on, asking how we'd be able to deal with Tank, I think it was. And you also mentioned Shakur Stevenson. I know he's been making noises on social media. Seems to bring the fight on social media rather than when he's in the ring. But who do you think comes out on top out of those three? You know, if those three kind of did not manage to get around to fighting each other, who would you pick? Alex, go. Alex.
I mean, Loma versus Tank. The one thing everyone always talks about, like within Team Tank, is no one's ever made him bring out the best of him. Lomachenko is such a smart fighter. I think it would force that upon Tank, and we'll have to see him play high speed chess. And I would love to. That's one of the main reasons why I want to see. I want to see Tank having to think faster than he ever has. But I think, you know, with his obvious skills and his punch precision with power, I think he will knock out Lomachenko. You know, it's just the thing about Loma. I think we've seen it so many times. It's, you know, those first few rounds, you know, they can be, you know, either or to either fighter, and then that late fight surge he always brings. I mean, that's what led to this stoppage. That's what led to his best rounds against Haney, against Jermaine Ortiz, against Teofimo Lopez, and even against another loss he had against Orlando Salido. So will Tank give him that opportunity, or will he spark him out? Or can Loma, with his IQ, be able to lash through that power? And then we really have to see what Tank's made out of. I think Tank is skilled enough to beat Loma, even at this stage. But let's fuck around and find out. Against Shakur, I think Shakur, same thing. I think Loma's going to hit him when he's expected not to be hit. But I think just with his reflexes, with his quickness, and also a very high IQ, be able to outpoint Lomachenko. But let's fuck around and see.
Yeah. And what about Shakur versus Tank?
Oof. Man. Yeah, that's crazy. Man, I'm just going to roll with Shakur. No reason given.
That's fine. See, for me, I've always been a Tank Davis fan from the get-go when all these guys were coming up and undefeated and whatnot. And I'm still going to maintain that if they ever fought, I'm going to back Tank to win the lot. But what do you say, Josh?
I think Shakur Stevenson comes out on top. Dream of the crop right there, as far as I'm concerned. And hopefully we get a combination of all those three guys taking on each other in some capacity.
Absolutely. Agreed. Okay, just a couple of comments then. Thanks everyone that's in the chat that's talking about all sorts of stuff going on. So where we mention someone mentioned about Lucas Brown also fight. Was he on that Australian card?
Lucas Brown got stopped and then he retired. The Vidal fight, I'm not sure. I think he got a stoppage as well.
And let's face it, Lucas Brown pretty much was already retired.
His highlight of the week was trying to break up the stare off at the final presser.
Okay.
But shout out Lucas Brown, man. Tough guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some good conversation going on in the chat. Anyway, it's good to have you all here. There's Rodolfo Rivera, Adrian Miguel, and Boss talking about the heavyweight scene in the Pacific as well. Okay, very good, interesting. Was there anything else on the undercard of Lomachenko that you wanted to discuss?
I see myself in a huge minority with this, but I felt Nina Hughes put on a fucking boxing clinic against Shernika Sweet Neeks Johnson. Man, Sweet Neeks is a beautiful woman. I enjoyed seeing the weigh-in. I think I may have mentioned that in the last broadcast. I'm not sure, maybe not. Definitely worth a shout out. Beautiful woman. I think that she was coming down in weight for this fight. Nina's like 41 years old, scrawny little chick. I just think that she threw, she threw. Yeah, they were pity patty combinations, but she was landing to me, stepping off, doing it again. What is it? What did she say? Like wash, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. Shanika had a great jab, a very good jab. You don't usually see that clean of a jab within women's boxing, I would say. But she was the bigger, stronger girl, and I felt like she didn't really use that too much of her advantage. And then there was a lot of controversy with the decision being red. They had to go back because they announced neither the winner. They went back to the opposite. And I'm sorry. I think all you guys are simps for scoring it for Shanika.
Yeah, that was
it's better for boxing.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. Yeah, I was still confused on the whole who won type situation, but I agree with Alex. I thought that Shanika Johnson, she lives and dies by the 1-2, and I thought Hughes showed more wrinkles. Of course, it was a better boxer in there. So Shanika Johnson, her problem is and will continue to be when she goes up against someone who does have lateral movement, who can box a bit more and has more than just 2 punches, really, because Shanika Johnson, really, she only has 2 punches in my eyes as far as those are her strong suits, and those are usually her straight punches. So, yeah, they did a disservice to Hughes as far as I'm concerned, even though Shanika Johnson she was able to land some things, as Alex mentioned, and she had her eye a little bit swollen as well. But, hey, you never know what the judges are looking at.
What a beautiful woman. Oh, better for boxing. She won. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But what they did not, like I said, I just, maybe I like that style a lot more. I mean, I only gave Shanika 1 round. So call me crazy. I don't care. I'm standing on it.
Yeah.
Well, I did see on the Twitter timeline that there was lots of videos of the announcement. I didn't actually stop and click on them to hear it. I just saw the video playing, but on silent mode. But I saw that there was lots of controversy and people being a bit outraged, and I was like, ridiculous. How could they get it so wrong, etc. So I need to go back and see that, and it sounds like I need to go back and see the weigh-in.
Look, the chat. See, look, everybody likes Shanika. Everyone knows that name.
Like Shanika,
doesn't like a Playboy model. She did deserve 3 rounds just for looking that great.
Okay, now we're gonna have to start adding more reasons to our scoring system. That sounds of things. We're not too careful. All right, let's move things along. I think that covers us for the recap section of the show. I think, as Boss said, it's time to get on with the scoring. Rodolfo Rivera says, is Nina related to Maxi Hughes? I'm just going to say no. I have absolutely no idea, but Hughes is such a common surname over here. It's probably unlikely. But you never know. Might be. Someone could have.
I mean, Nina, Maxi, for some reason, just feels like they're related with those first names.
So one of us is going to have to go look that up now.
Distant cousins right there.
Josh, you go look that up for us online. Alex, you give us the introductions to our fight that we're going to cover. Let's get on with it. All
right, man. Shout out to Baza. I feel like he puts a reminder on his phone to be like, all right, let's get to the scoring. But yes, to the fight. Wilfredo Gomez versus Rocky Lockridge. Let's start with the challenger, as we usually do. Wilfredo Bazooka Gomez, 28 years old, 5'5.5", with a 66.5-inch reach, from San Juan, Puerto Rico. 1972 flyweight Olympian for Puerto Rico, former WBC super bantamweight and featherweight champion. He won the ring round of the year in 1982 for the 3rd round against Lupe Pinto. Current record at this time, 41 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 40 by stoppage. Now to the champion. Rocky Lockridge, 26 years old, 5'6.5", with a 67-inch reach, from Tacoma, Washington, but fighting out of Patterson, New Jersey. He is the current WBA super featherweight champion, 36 wins, 3 losses, 30 stoppages. This fight takes place May 19th, 1985, in the Puerto Rican famous Coliseo Roberto Clemente in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Okay, boss. Make sure you put in some interesting comments and they'll get a mention. Let's get on with it. If you've not got it goes up, I'm fucking around with my mouth. I don't know what I'm doing there. You can go on the website, on your desktop, on your laptop, on your tablet, on your phone. it is very accessible. There's a link in the description of the video directly to the link to create your scorecard. Or if you need to get there manually, you can just go on the fight list, go to the very last page, because this is from 1985, and then you'll find it in there and you'll be able to click in and score the action from there. If you've not joined our group, scoring group already, there's information in the video description. You just need to join the scoring group once with the code that's in there, and then you'll be in there forever, and then you'll get to see our scorecards as and when we create them. Okay, let's make a start.
130-pound range.
Oh,
That's, of course, even more meaningful as a fighter. You can go up in weight, you can carry it. If you're old, you leave your punch behind. As we saw
Now, as I found this video earlier, and I was getting to the start of this, I believe as like the bell rings, the broadcast kind of cuts out for about 10 seconds. So is that going to affect our scoring? I don't know. All right, there you go, Buzz.
Bazooka.
He loves Wilfredo Bazooka, so I'm already sensing some bias coming in. This is what I mean. This is the blank screen. This is not my stream. This is the.
It comes back. I think it was actual technical difficulty.
Yeah. There you go.
We're
Old school apologies screen.
reliving the moment for real.
Absolutely. How are you scoring it, boys? How are you scoring this one?
I think we're in Puerto Rico. Bazooka's winning clearly. Shout out, just like Shanika Johnson. Hometown. Two backhand bosses, they get an opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is taking a while. Come on.
This fight broadcasted by NBC.
NBC. Send your hate mail to them. It's not us. Right, here we go.
Here we go. Oh my God. Great action.
Hey, we missed something. Rocky's up right now. He's the first one to land.
All right. Hopefully there's no more of that. But we're away.
Ring looks pretty big.
Make that a bit smaller.
As was that ring last night in Australia, a big one.
A quick reminder, folks, if you've not already done so, please hit that like button. Thank you.
Lockridge in there gunning,
Power punch.
charging forward. He's like, hey, you might be Bazooka, but I got something for you.
Yeah. No, Tacoma. Ooh, nice right hand by Bazooka.
Yes.
Tacoma, I think, is more known like. Oh my gosh. Never mind. Let me stop talking about that. Get to that. That's an in-between round info. Yeah, like Josh said, man, Rocky's coming in and trying to hit this man with boulders.
Right.
Yeah, he's looping them in, isn't he? No messing.
Yeah, he wants that right to set some things up right now.
This is Rocky's big opportunity, I mean, Bazooka is former two-weight champion already, been in big fights. I wonder if they had a clinch counter back then.
Yeah, already tipping on the high end thus far. Oof. Another overhand right. He's slipping in there.
Got some feedback here from Boz. Was this your intro,
Correct,
Alex, that he's referring to?
I mean, I don't. It said Tacoma, Washington, so I'm not sure. Maybe he misunderstood. Okay. Nice right hand from Rocky. Oh, left hook. That definitely set him off his feet.
This is a good start. Action.
Oh, yes.
This is what we want, right?
Apart from the blank screen, yeah.
Another
by that left hook. The second time he lifted him off his feet. Oh, bam, right there. Let's go. I love this string.
Hey, jump straight into the next round right there.
I'll take a pause. Let's get some. I've only just found this scorecard. All right. Interesting round.
Very much.
Okay. The score is in. I'm clicking play. It's Mother's Day. Let's go.
Mother's Day.
But yeah, I believe Tacoma to Seattle area is really known for basketball players in the United States. Though he's, I think, the fourth. I don't know if it's
Did it produce tall
retroactive.
people or something?
Yeah, I guess. But he's the fourth world titleist from Tacoma, so I guess it is a bit of a fighting city back then.
All right, old Washington.
Because I mean, I can't think of any current fighters. The only one is David Benavidez. Used to live there. Now he moved down here to Miami.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Bazooka, man, he's gonna have to, stand his ground and hurt Rocky because Rocky's bullying him.
Yeah, I was thinking that same thing. When someone's coming in like that, you gotta gain their respect with something.
Bazooka's, I mean, look, 41 wins, 40 stoppages. The man obviously can hit, but Rocky, 30 stoppages and 36 victories. So these are two big hitters going at it right now.
Wow.
And you see Rocky's just the more powerful one. I mean, look, that left hook, when it lands, it's hurting Bazooka.
This was what I wanted to see from Munguia when he was fighting Canelo. Go in there and give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bazooka's a former Olympian, but definitely, more reliance on his power than, boxing on his toes.
Oh, yeah.
Which is maybe something I think he wished he, was more of his preset right now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look,
nice
left hook again. It's funny, right? Because we were saying, wow, it was really right hand focused, but now he seemed to find that he made that adjustment and just finding, the opportunities for those left hooks. No headroom from Bazooka, and Rocky knows he's the bigger, stronger man.
All right, yeah, you got to give it to the moxie of Gomez, man. He's not backing down.
I mean, yeah, at this point, Bazooka is gonna have to duck under that left hook because he's not doing anything else. No. Bazooka has been getting some good body shots. I'm not sure how much is on it, but it's clearly, this is Rocky's fight.
Yeah, it looks like Bazooka's just not got enough time to think, right, I need to throw that shot because Rocky's just like boom, boom, boom.
Mauling him.
Relentless, isn't it?
Yeah, he's taking some of those big shots pretty well because they are some bombs.
Yeah. Saw Rocky with a nice body attack at the end of that round as well. Yeah, man. Fun start, man.
Right.
Beef at the end.
I'm talking about right there.
Is this a replay?
Lands a right hand to take a hard-ass left hook and right hand himself.
Both of them getting in some good work. Got to give it to him.
Behind the head and right there in the neck. Take that. Toma.
All right, fellas. That's how we get down.
So Rocky, the way he became champion was he actually knocked out Roger Mayweather in round 1 to win his title. So that's a very big win. Everyone knows the name. However, Roger, I don't know if I think he lost already twice to Chavez or something like that. So, man, when you think about it, Roger's been a couple-time champion. A lot of people forget that, man. Great fighter in his own right. Even though he got stopped, still. Tough time, for a lot of great fighters, a lot of quality fighters, around that weight class at that time, as you can see.
Oh yeah.
Boss said that last one was a close round.
Interesting.
Let us know your scores as the fight progresses, folks. If you're scoring along and watching. Boss said he watched this a very long time ago. Thinks he had Gomez winning just by a razor. So hopefully it's going to continue like this, a good fight and a close fight.
Yeah, I mean, I think you called it, Jim, and extreme bias. He said that was a close round. I felt like it was quite clear who the winner was.
I thought it was quite clear.
All right. Bazooka coming out with some good offense. So it was a nice right uppercut that he had. You see the people on their feet.
Yeah, no doubt that Gomez is getting some of his work in as well.
Keep in mind, even though he's a challenger, they are in his hometown. Sorry about that, Josh.
Oh, no, you're good to go. You're good to go.
Woof.
Head snapper.
Man, you see clearly who's the more powerful fighter in this in the ring today in this fight. First time I've actually watched either of these fighters, even though I'm Puerto Rican. Never was a huge fan of watching old fights. Even this to me, I mean, right, our age, this is probably not too old of a fight, but growing up, I wasn't into it.
Okay.
Yeah,
you didn't have like a father who's like, you need to watch our boxers from these golden era years.
You got to remember, I came up during Trinidad and becoming a man, Cotto, so it was like it was right there in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Gomez. Actually, I believe this is my first Lockridge fight.
Liking what I'm seeing for sure.
Yes, sir. Good body work too. Both of them, really.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think Bazooka had a really good start to the round. Rocky's landing some good punches, and you see like I said, they're attacking each other's body. They're really trying to kill each other here.
Yeah, Gomez was finally able to move them back. That body work.
Oof.
Oh, what's better?
Nice work from Bazooka. You see the people up on their feet once again.
Look at there, folks. That's how you dig into that body right there.
Yeah, I would say the reason why Rocky was attacking the body because he was getting hurt to the body himself.
A little testy here at the end of the round.
I'm not sure if that's into the next round, so I'll just pause there while I get the score going on. That was a tricky round, I think.
Doing the research, they didn't talk too much about the early rounds. It's more about the back end, so I'm quite surprised because it's been a great start to this. Bout.
It's been all action. I'm just going to go with that.
We're going to round 4, right?
Yeah, we are.
That's confusing me.
And this has been fast paced as well.
Absolutely. You're
at least 2-minute round shit.
You're gonna like this one here. Look at what Baz is saying.
Shout out, Baz, man. We appreciate you, man. For real, like straight up. I love your different perspectives, and it's always nice one on the same side as well, man. So thank you, Baz. Thank you for always being here, straight up, and thank you for constantly giving us your input.
Indeed.
Agreed. Turned into a bit of a rave.
15 rounds, baby. How the fuck are they gonna make it 15 fighting like this?
Right.
Boy's different back then.
Forgot it was 15 round era. Man. Okay, if it's 15 rounds, we'll go round 8, and then we'll have a look at some scores, and then we'll go through to the end. We'll just do the one stop.
Yeah, make it more exciting.
Yeah, crazy thing is they haven't even slowed down either.
Oh,
crazy.
They're both getting a little wild, but you see, I think Rocky seems to get a little bit better. You see Bazooka a little wobbly, like he just had a couple shots of Captain Morgan.
They say don't hook with a hooker, but what when you have 2 hookers? What's the deal? I guess you can hook with them.
Mm-hmm.
I guess pray. Yours is sharper, faster. Russian roulette, right?
Yes, sir.
The crowd's well into this, aren't they? Constantly up and down in the seats.
Yeah.
Don't see that very often.
I bet the environment was super live there. Puerto Rico, they love their boxing.
Okay.
Like you said, man, hooking with a hooker, right? I mean, that left hook to the body from Bazooka was, so fast and beautiful.
Man, this is tough. Obviously, they're both throwing absolute bombs, and then they're getting a little bit scrappy when they're close up. I bet they must be feeling it. Jeez.
Heck yeah, you got to give it to these guys, the type of desperation they're fighting with,
I feel like Bazooka's maybe getting a little sloppier than Rocky. Rocky's not having he's kind of arm punching a lot, but You just see Bazooka just getting a little more wild, you know, having a little more lows in his action.
Yeah.
Final 10 seconds.
Oh my.
Sometimes I feel like I'm
Crazy.
sorry, what's his name?
wow.
Bazooka is kind of leaning down in the punches.
Did
Yeah,
that just like jump to the end of the round? Or
yeah, it was about to stop, or it ended.
You know, they had to get their commercial in on NBC, you know, got to keep the lights on. That happened on my Loma versus Camboso's stream. It was like one of the rounds, they like ended it like 3 seconds early for some commercials. And those commercials were dreadful. Oh my God. We're boxing fans. We wanna hear what the corner's saying.
Right.
That's exactly what I was saying, even though you probably didn't say a word.
Right.
All right, scores are in. We're continuing along. What I'm going to do is
flash our scores.
Possibly. Might not work.
It's been a while.
I've not tested it. Oh, hello. It's working.
Yeah, I like to see Bazooka try to box out, you know, use his footwork a little more, see if that leads to more success.
Spoilers from Boz. This goes the distance.
Agreed.
Looks like we're all, well, we're in agreement, us three.
All right.
And shout out to Black Sheep.
Boz is always unique.
Finally, a little bit of a slower pace. And then, you know, Bazooka lets off a couple of quick little hard shots.
Oh, yeah.
He's a little more duck over, and it seems he has a little more pep in his step now.
And yeah, that body work, I think, from Gomez had started to get Lockridge's attention a bit.
See, Rocky put his body weight on Bazooka's shoulder there.
Yeah.
All right, Bazooka. Okay. Here's a two-time champion.
Going to the body mainly now, isn't he?
Digging in.
Down at the body.
Excellent work to the body, really, from both of them. But you can see Gomez is really honing in on it.
That was a cool little message. Yeah.
I've got the
dialogue box.
There you go. No inappropriate comments, please.
It's funny you said that because I thought I saw like something. I was like, what?
Yeah, these are all these like little features I just keep playing with every now and again. I forgot they exist.
Cool.
Definitely like what I'm seeing from Bazooka, man. He seems to be the sharper one this round. One a bit more better energy, cleaner punching, I would say. And I like what he's doing in the clinch, you know, putting his head in his chest, backing him up. I think I was calling for a little bit earlier. You know, he's got to either stand his ground or, you know, box more. And I think he's done a little bit both.
Oh, yeah. Funny thing is we haven't seen a lot of jabs, but hey, it hasn't mattered. Wow.
Some big shots going in there.
Fans of violence don't want to see jabs, right? Fans of boxing do, but I mean, as a boxing fan, if two guys want to duke it out,
let's go. With it. Run it.
10 seconds left.
Tough round.
Nice uppie from Rocky. Oof. Gets blasted there, but he lands another uppercut.
Yeah, still banging. Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Wilfredo right now. He seemed to found his stride a little bit.
Yeah, Gomez is actually coming off of a stoppage loss. He fought Azuma Nelson, was up on the scorecards on all, I think, at 2 of the 3 or all 3, and ends up getting, you know, knocked out by the great Azuma Nelson. We actually watched Azuma Nelson versus another guy that knocked out Bazooka when we watched Salvador Sanchez versus Azuma Nelson.
Oh, okay.
Make sure you go find that video and hit a like and give that a view. It was a great fight, and just like we're getting a good one here.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
From memory,
Yeah.
Go ahead, Josh. Go ahead,
I
sir.
was going to say, just listen to that level of competition. These guys were fighting each other in their early 20s, you know?
Yeah, Bazooka's only 28 years old. Rocky's 26. These guys have 5 losses between each other. And you can't tell me this doesn't look like these guys are in their prime.
Right.
With stoppages, I think Rocky's been stopped in all his fights. I got to double check that. But Bazooka's been stopped twice. You know, we got to stop this shit where a guy gets stopped. Now we got to throw him away.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
From memory, that fight that we did watch with Nelson, it was similar to this, wasn't it? Where they were kind of all out battering each other. I might be getting that wrong. It was a really fun fight, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I remember
Zuma
enjoying
Nelson was really pressing the action on late notice. It was like a week.
That's right. Yeah, really fun fight, that one.
I think like all but like 1 or 2 of his fights in his home country in the continent of Africa. It's crazy. Ghana, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ghana. So I'm
Rocky just seemed to have slowed down out of nowhere. I'm sorry, Josh.
Oh no, it's my fault. No, I was just saying some note Zuma being the greatest Ghanaian fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, what? There's I Corte, drawing a blank.
2 top ones for sure.
2 great ones.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
I'm telling that left hook from Rocky. I mean, Rocky's got to just go back to more setups of it. Stop so much with the overhand rights because he's just starting to, you know, kind of like flail him, I guess. I mean, yeah, when he's, you know, putting his body weight into that left hook and that lands, I mean, it's obviously affecting Bazooka.
Oh, yeah.
I would say all the best shots, the 5 best shots have all been from Rocky left hooks.
Mm-hmm. I'm loving what I'm seeing here. Reminds me of the great Henry Armstrong. He's the type of fighter you just lean in, just start digging to the body, head, anything he could get. That's what you're seeing from pretty much both of these guys. A lot of that from Lockridge right now. Their old Henry Armstrong style in some sense.
He landed that overhand right. He said, "Fuck what this guy's saying." Fight, you know,
he just landed an elbow as well.
Hey man, elbows are popular now.
Take no prisoner. Like Mike says, it's a fight. Whatever happens, happens.
I might have been a little bit low on Bazooka. That's an interesting round.
Oh yeah.
Ten seconds. Yeah, I'm not minding the wrestling they're doing because they're fighting out of it. You know?
No, it's shit.
Shit.
Someone might have recorded this on their VCR. Yeah, you were seeing some cuts, you know. Old VCR. If you guys out there listening knows what that is, but you're boxing fan, I'm thinking you do.
But yeah, man, the grappling, I guess you want to call it, it's fair game to me because they're they're still fighting.
It's not like it's not pausing the action, is it? Where they're just kind of there and not doing anything. They're at least kind of battling the way out of it.
Right, it's like in the flow of the fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Round 7. Yeah, we are speeding through this.
Yeah, we're flying, man. We are flying. We'll watch the next 2, and then we'll have a look at some scores. We'll do some comparisons, and I'll flash the scores up in this next round.
Rocky looks ready though, man. He walked like a killer towards the middle of that ring.
Wilfredo Gomez in the red, and the junior lightweight champion Rocky Lockwood in the gold.
Oh, someone didn't get their score in.
Oh, come on, Josh.
Oh,
San Juan.
Oh, did I not submit? Oh, yeah, I didn't submit mine. No look.
Hey, wow, Rocky said I got a little waist movement. No. All that great we were saying about the clinch and grappling, they held on.
Looks like Alex and Joshua and myself were all aligned still. Boring bastards.
Oh, wow.
Oof,
Nice,
that hook
nice
again,
lefty.
man. They both landed good. Oof, right hand from Rocky. I don't blame Bazooka for holding on. Like a little line, break his arm. Oof, the right hand from Bazooka.
That was a nicely timed right, definitely.
Yeah, I feel like you could see Gomez has a little more wrinkles to his game than Rocky, but I mean Rocky's bigger, stronger,
and he looks like he just absorbs everything. You know, without really affecting him, he's still flying forward, winging in his hooks.
After Bazooka lost to Azuma, he wanted the rematch or the opportunity to fight Rocky. Rocky was the first one to offer, so this is his Bazooka's first fight since not only getting knocked out, but in a new weight class.
Interesting.
Tough challenge moving up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look what he's going against, right?
Right.
For sure.
It's okay, boss. We use the even round sparingly here.
I mean, I just don't think
never if you're Alex.
I wouldn't say never. I've done it a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do evens.
Hey,
That's
Buzz,
against the code, right?
I'm with you, Buzz. I think more even rounds should happen.
A lot of round ones, man, where ain't shit happening. Nice body shot right hand from Rocky. He's really whipping these, Rocky, isn't he? Oh,
yes,
caught him with a up on the way out, and then a hook on the way in. Great finish from Rocky.
Oh, that's a nice rock.
I thought it was gonna be Free Willy, but it's
they are still standing, folks.
If it was 94, that would have been a Free Willy commercial for sure.
Oh yeah.
All right, got it in.
Yeah, hey, some of these are pretty, I gotta say, close because you get a good bit of action from both of these guys. So I can see some things being swayed somewhat.
Right, we'll continue. We'll watch round 8. We'll take a pause. We'll go and do some investigating.
Man, good fight.
Indeed. See him working behind the jab a little bit now. Okay, Rocky.
You know, last round I saw him throw one, and I was like, okay. And then, yeah, like you said, you know, he's getting behind it. You know, it's making you wonder, is Gomez tired? Is it the power? Because he's the one that's been initiating, you know, some clinches last couple of rounds.
Oh, yeah.
That landed nicely.
Glancing, maybe a little right.
Left hook that had no effect on Rocky at all.
Right. Yeah, both of these guys showing that, yeah, regardless, they do have a beard.
No, for sure. I mean, it's obvious, right? Gomez, he's getting affected by those shots, but it's not stopping him from doing what he wants to do.
Nope.
Triple jab from Gomez. Look at these guys, huh? Switching it up. All right, ref, you didn't have to do that. You already got pushed off.
Gomez
got to be careful there. He's reaching out with both arms. That left hook can come and do some damage.
Just realized the music stopped. Let's get that back on.
Yeah, so a little slower pace this round, but both of them are kind of moving and jabbing, probably trying to, you know, catch their breath a little bit.
Yeah, they know it's round 8.
Right.
Still good action though. You know, these guys are they're just
Oof.
boxing. Oh, wow.
Nice right hook.
It's a bit low. Follow up.
Oh my goodness. Nice left uppercut there from Lockridge.
Yeah, but
Feeling it.
He might need to do a takedown here.
Right.
Mm. 10 seconds to go. See if Bazooka can do something towards the end of this round to maybe sway the score.
Yeah, right. 2 lesser fighters might have already been on the canvas by now. Got to give it to them. Yeah, they ended that one to get that commercial in, I suppose. We still had a few seconds left there.
Gomez, stop getting hit. Thank you. What else can you freaking say, right?
Sound advice. Okay, this is starting to go one way for me. Let's do that one. Okay, let's have a quick look around.
Let's get it.
Reload the frame. All right, I'm seeing some similarities here. 74-78 times 3. Very nicely put, fellas. And then Oz has the extra 75 for Gomez because of that even round, probably. Let's see if shit's working. You know what I need to do? I need to fetch some scorecards.
Yeah, we all seem to be pretty much in the same ballpark. This has been a close one. Maybe just a slight edge to Rocky here. But that being said, Gomez is still very much in this thing. So it'll be an interesting second half. And you have to think, with what they've done thus far, man, what's next?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think we know that we've been following. I think we scored each round the same pretty much. Anyway, we'll look at your 2 scorecards side by side just so that we can see our fancy feature. Very nice. Alex, you're on the left, and Josh, you're on the right. So round 1 and 2 both to Lockridge. Additional comments there as well, both of you. Very nice. Good to see. Both the same reasons in round 2. Round 3, same score again. Gomez, same reason, just different on the percentages. More comments. Love to see that. Round 4, we gave to Lockridge. And round 5, you had exactly the same on all 3 metrics. Extra points to Josh for the comment. This is good. Round 6, he gave to Lockridge. Round 7 to Lockridge as well, and round 8 also to Lockridge. So it's getting a little bit wide on the scores. 78-74, 6 rounds to 2, and then roughly 45% to 50% on the round margins. I think that's kind of a very fair reflection of how this fight's going, pretty much. Let's continue.
Both guys landing what they call telling blows. I would say at this point, a few more have come from Rocky Lockridge. By comparison, that's probably one of the things that kind of sways that difference somewhat.
What is crazy is we've only just passed the halfway.
Right, that is crazy.
The end score will be interesting, Buzz.
Pretty obvious. Bazooka on the ropes ends up being one-sided, traffic from Rocky. So I think
doesn't want to be there.
I think Bazooka, he was best when he was mixing his attack, using his legs a little bit, and also standing in the pocket. Just power boxing. I think that's been led to his most success.
Oh yeah.
Looking like he's wanting to hold on a bit now.
Oh yeah,
Feeling it a bit.
He should be first here. There you go.
Yeah, Gomez letting Lockridge get him on the activity in for sure. So far in this round, like he's still trying to get that second wind a bit.
Rocky's just giving him, taking what's given to him. All right, I'm gonna give you to the body real quick. If I can go upstairs, I will. I see. Bazooka got to be first. Got to be first. There you go. Even if it missed, all right. Now do something too. All right. Nice right hand to the body from Bazooka. Stay off those ropes. There you go. See, I love that he's pushing him back because I think Rocky's energy, you could see it goes up and down as the fight's been going on. He's really trying to test those legs of Rocky. You see, he's bouncing. He feels he has the better legs for sure.
Oh yeah, certainly, and you can say that it has been Lockridge who has pushed the pace of this fight. So it's gone as he's wanted as far as that pace is concerned, though Gomez has tried to up the ante with him on some occasions. But these last two rounds, Rocky's given a little bit more on the activity end.
A nice little body shot, not much into it, but I mean, he's been doing it throughout the round. Rocky has now.
Yeah.
I think it's a clear Rocky round. I mean, it wasn't like dominant or anything. But like I was trying to point out, Bazooka was doing certain things to maybe try to win the war per se.
Oh yeah.
Now we're coming in the last 6 rounds. I think all of us pretty have it, clear Rocky fight. So we're gonna need to see the late surge from Wilfredo. You are the A-side fighters, a term we love to say. You are the house fighter. You are the bigger name. You are seen as the greater fighter. This is the time to prove it.
Hey, yes, it is.
Did they used to do 12-round non-title fights back in these days with 15-rounders? No. No idea.
What was that, Jim?
Well, like obviously in these days of 15 rounders, I assume the 15 rounds was for the championship fight. So did they used to do non-championship 12 rounders? So it was like 10, 12.
Oh yeah, I think it varied for sure, but yeah, championship fight certainly. But
always 15.
I think about it going back, and you would have 15 rounders where no championships were on the line.
Oh, as well. Okay.
Yeah. But then if you even go back to the older days, which I love, you'd have 20 plus rounders, 45 rounders.
Insanity.
Crazy.
Insanity. Hi, Beagle. I can see Beagle in the chat.
Beagle. Oh, shout out Beagle.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, man, Bazooka, man. I don't think he's aware of our scorecards. I don't know why he wouldn't be. I mean, they're right there on the screen. Oh, come on now. No. Don't do that. I mean, come on. I would like to see you punch on the man more than, grabbing, pushing. It was cool for before, but like, come on. Let's not get behind the man. No, you don't got to AB him.
Whoa. Throw in with intentions. Oh, got went through.
Hey, I like the fact that Lockridge, as I was kind of mentioning, he's refusing to let the fact that Gomez is slow him down. He's still in there throwing.
Oof. Big left hook from Rocky.
Wow. Yeah.
I love what it there, huh?
And you have to wonder, it is a 15-rounder, and Lockridge hadn't stopped. Maybe Gomez has a strategy to why he's doing this.
blasted by a right hand. Bazooka was.
Jesus, he's just winging them in, isn't he, Rocky?
Yeah, you can tell he feels like he can't miss. All right, nice from Bazooka, but I mean, a lot has landed from Rocky already this round. Up, turn his. There we go. Okay,
hello.
Okay.
That's a finish.
Oof. Oh man. I don't think he's missed a punch the last 20 seconds. Finally missed one.
Man.
Right. Wow. All right.
Okay.
That's how you swing around.
A bit sloppy too. He's a bit sloppy, so you're able to slip in some uppercuts.
Wow.
Those
are always an interesting way to score those rounds, right? Because Rocky won more of the rounds. I felt like the Bazooka, I mean, had a dominant 20-25 seconds. I mean, he had Rocky a little bit hurt.
Yeah. Cleaner work from Gomez for sure. Lockridge got very sloppy there towards the tail end.
Okay.
And I think that's possibly, a part where it becomes a little bit difficult judgment-wise to score, because should really someone that's just only worked or done the better work for 30 seconds, regardless of how good it was, should that really wipe out the previous 2.5 minutes?
It goes to cleaner and more effective. So,
and then it's also
just because you got outlanded, who landed the cleaner ones, the more effective shots. You can land 20 little, partial punches, but if I land 8 straight on your chin, and there's an obvious change in your demeanor, which is better. 20 partially landed shots, breezing the top of your forehead, touching your nose, or 8 right on the fucking chin over and over again, right? I think that's why scoring's so subjective.
Subjective, exactly, yeah.
Certainly.
You've also got that aspect where you think, oh, actually, he's done better than the previous rounds, so I'll give him the round just through improvement, which you shouldn't really see it that way, but it's difficult not to sometimes.
Yeah, those are the type that make the sport interesting right there, because what variables go into what the scoring is going to ultimately be, and how that changes the outcome, especially in a close fight. One round could be the difference.
That's why I got to see each round as his own individual fight. Yeah, so that way you don't have those.
You don't think about the previous. Yeah,
been a pretty quiet round so far. We're more than halfway through. You see Rocky's walking down Bazooka, but Bazooka's looking comfortable in there.
Yeah.
I guess all he needed was, his shoes tied a little, get a little tighter.
Those are those ponies, right? Pony. That was a thing back then, right?
I guess this is their second break. Round 8, there's a little bit of a break, and round 11, they're like, hey, man, got to get ready for the final stretch. Maybe someone can stamp this at the end again.
This has been a closer round, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's an interesting one for sure. It seems that Gomez, he may have thrown a bit more than Lockridge in this round. So it depends on what you like there. Oh, yeah. Ended that thing. Crazy.
Pause. Let's pause. Okay. Give you a few moments, not minutes.
Crazy thing is that was probably a slower round, gotten around 12 here. That's how long it's taken to get to what is, I guess you can say, the slowest round thus far. could argue.
Agree.
Good jab. Good double jab. I was able to land that second one there cleanly on Bazooka. Oh, left hand from Rocky. Snaps Bazooka's head back. We see Bazooka comes back with a triple jab. Look at this. I said, man, fuck that slugfest shit. You know, it would have been great to see this from Gomez earlier, you know. I think it definitely would have favored him more because I think Rocky pretty much was rolling through those rounds, you know, just like I said, his strength, his power.
Oh, yeah. And I was going to say, yeah, it seems to be, this is working more in Gomez's favor.
Also, just highlighted there is, you know, tiredness possibly kicking in a bit. It gives Gomez that bit of extra time, doesn't it, to just figure out what to do to kind of get out of the way.
Yeah, maybe the way he was conserving himself a bit in some of those earlier or some of those previous rounds, maybe that's paying off.
Nice little body attack from Bazooka there. You know, he's definitely using the clinch a lot more than walking them back. Like you said, you know, a little bit of fatigue stepping in for Rocky. See, Bazooka maybe can start taking advantage, seeing more, you know, opportunities to counter, to lead, to walk Rocky into something. So he constantly walking them back. Keeping that body attack. Yeah, very, very good stuff from Bazooka, man. It shows you, you know, he maybe has more of the ring IQ, also that big fight experience.
Oh, yeah.
He started this round very well. And the crowd's going, you can
they
tell
feel it.
exactly
They feel the tide change.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're seeing more boxing.
Yeah, man. There was 1-2s, right? There was 1-1-2s. Step around. You know, you see Rocky is just a step forward. He's not cutting the ring off at all. He just wants to follow. Then plant his feet to throw something big.
Yeah. Yeah, he benefited from some of those early fight rounds where Gomez chose to kind of meet him there on the inside.
Still able to land stuff, Rocky is, but like you said, the chins, man, they'll eat it and come back with something. It has not deterred either fighter from doing what they want to do, each other's power and clean punching. Yeah, nice stuff, man.
Straight in.
Nice stuff.
Yeah, it was good. Good Wilfredo round for me.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting a little bit of everything in this fight. So, yeah, man, I'm really glad that this was chosen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. Good one. Good one for sure.
I was unsure of what to pick.
And still got 3 more rounds to enjoy yet. So, let's continue.
Become a marathon, what? Oops. My bad, hit a button. Oh no, you can see my room.
It's a beautiful room, Alex. Don't worry about it. No, we're all engrossed in the boxing. We don't give a shit about your background.
Yeah, seeing more. Yeah, Gomez seems to have a plan. You could argue maybe this was all in the plan, but he is boxing a bit more on the toes there, keeping it in the middle for the most part at this juncture. And hey, it seems to be working in his favor.
Yeah, it's like he knew there was a storm coming. He's weathered it.
Oh yeah,
and now he's picking him up a bit.
Yeah.
See, Alex has just dropped out. So
yeah.
Let's just pause a second and hope that Alex comes back momentarily.
Yeah, Lockridge throwing a bit less now that he's been forced to box. So probably having to think a bit more because when Gomez was meeting him there in the middle, as mentioned, then that was offering a lot of opportunities for him to use his power and strength advantage for sure.
Yeah. Okay, Alex is back. You with us?
Welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, we just paused it as you went out there. Hopefully, you've not missed too much of the round.
No. I'm able to jump on the YouTube.
Oh, good.
Low right hook by Lockridge there.
Alex was not only knocked down, and he's got back up.
Flash not down, man. I believe it was a trip, but referee called it.
Referee called it. It's because you're not the A side, Alex.
There it is. Oh man, there's a duck and under. Step off. Minute left, man. Definitely this has been Gomez's pace, distance.
Yep.
Yeah, we were just saying that as you dropped out.
Gomez seems to be kind of in his comfort zone right now. And Lockridge, as I was mentioning, finding himself having to think more, and he's, of course, not throwing as much.
This is what I was saying before, man. I want to see Tank Davis go through this.
Oh yeah, I'm with you there for sure.
And I'm not saying Loma absolutely will make him, but I think he's definitely more than capable of doing so.
It'll be a test. Definitely be a test.
As long as he can take the punch of Tank, right?
Oh
my
shit!
Jesus Christ!
Yeah. Those
rounds,
you gotta watch them.
I don't know how long goes left on that round, but
had a good 10 seconds. I feel like.
Right, this is getting closer now.
The real championship rounds.
Okay.
Yeah, Lockridge had a bit more moments in that previous round by comparison to the one prior. But
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm just gonna have to drop out for a quick second. I'll be back.
All right.
Filler, please. Filler.
Good to go. But yeah, I'm saying, Rocky showed a bit more in that round. But that being said, Gomez still kind of seems to be in a comfort zone right now. Has found his rhythm, bouncing, staying on his feet, actually moving well, considering we're heading around 14, but he's still moving pretty well. And, this is one of the things that kind of separates when we're comparing eras and things of that nature, where it gets a bit hard because we're talking 15 rounds. The difference that those 3 extra rounds can make, I mean, really can't make up for that with 12 rounders that we see today. And then as you continue to move back, just a little bit different conditions and a different way in which you go about it from a conditioning standpoint, I suppose.
And it's it's crazy. This is where we are, like in this, how this fight has the current style happening, and it heads to the 14th, because it was a tremendous hard pace. I mean, these guys are landing bombs on each other. Gomez was, looked like he was about to take flight after hitting a couple left hooks.
Right.
Rocky looked like he was starting to become lethargic, and these guys still look like they can hurt each other. They still look like they're it's a high level fight, and we're entering the 14th round. So that's that we don't really get too much of it, like you said before.
All right, it's crazy.
Sorry about that, folks.
We forgive you.
Thank you. All right, we're into it. Round 14.
Championship rounds.
I don't know about them, but I'm hungry.
Well, not too long to go.
Nice left hook slipped in there by Lockridge.
It's fun when Lockridge is committing, man, because it's like, he hits Gomez like there's no way he could keep taking those punches. Kind of reminds me a bit.
Right.
in a weird sense, but like Randall versus Chavez, like Chavez was eating those punches like nothing, and then all of a sudden, bam, put on his ass.
Yeah, true.
That was another fun one as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The 80s, bro. Different
Go and check that
breed.
one out.
Or no, I think it was early 90s, the Chavez versus Randall, but still good.
Oh yeah.
It might be
Rocky.
1990. Possibly.
Oof, there it goes. See, look. Oh, I might have been a little feeling in there.
And he had
Not want to
landed
hit again.
He had landed like 2 to 3 straight left hooks to the body prior to that. Gomez, hey, he's clinching again a bit.
All right, halfway through this round. What a stash too that Gomez has. Huh? I would never do that. Is he tying his shoes?
What's going on?
Yeah, it looks like it.
I'm sorry. I'm not letting the ref do that. Well, no, I'm in Puerto Rico. It's probably my cousin or something. So he's like,
I see the referee. Yeah, he's very active this round.
Here we go. All right, a little arm fighting. Oh, damn you, Gomez.
Locking up.
Right out of it. He's giving such praise about it earlier. But no, Gomez is doing, what he needs to do to try to win. I don't think this has been for sure Gomez round. I'm favoring Rocky currently.
Yeah.
A couple, hard shots he's landed, but still this has been this.
Oh shit.
Yeah, seriously. This distance and style has been favoring Gomez until this round. Rocky just seemed to have a little more like that. He's had like his third or fourth wind in this.
Yeah, got a few bursts of the left hooks that have been successful.
There we go again. Missed a couple, but landed a couple as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there goes a deep breath from him. He's breathing out his mouth hard. Wow. Yeah, Gomez, man.
Kind of went back to those earlier rounds. This kind of action, just winging it in.
Giving you everything.
Here it is for all the marbles. Oh, come on. 9. Okay, there we go. Oof. Can't wait to see everyone's scorecards at the end.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one.
This is going to be interesting.
Let's see. Yeah, very, very interesting.
Let's keep it going. We'll keep the scores hidden. We'll have a look at the end, and we'll have a look at the combined scorecard. See what that's saying.
Whoop! Oh, I thought I was typing it in my own thing, but hey.
Hey, Josh, impersonating me. What's going on? That's fine. I would have said that.
Wrong street.
What the hell's going on?
Yeah, hey, it was
close.
it was a tight one. It was a tight one.
Nice body attack. Yeah, Gomez, get on that bike.
They're definitely both fighting like they need to win this final round, which is nice.
Oh yeah.
No, if I had a couple grand in my pocket from the Puerto Ricans, absolutely, the fight's up in the air. Rocky might need a comeback.
Yeah, right. You can just tell both of these guys want it.
Listen, you're on the road. No one gives a fuck you're a champion there. This is his show most likely. Like I said, his home country. He's the more known fighter. You have to know, no matter how you feel the fight's going, every round's important.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't understand through history why fighters, like Nina Hughes, she had to know she had to even do more than what she was doing, being in Australia.
I agree.
And both fighters having their moments for sure. We got a minute left.
Mm-hmm.
No one's really taking control of this round yet. Oof, both missed. Man, can they hit each other? Shit. There you go.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
Right. Rocky's pressing, like you can see that urgency is there.
Man, still pushing him back, man. Just Gomez just imposing himself, saying, I'm the fresher one.
Yeah, he did.
Oh man, damn, what? That shit kind of like sped up on me. I don't know if that left hook landed. Fuck.
Yeah, Rocker seems to kind of just let that happen when he does grab him and start to push him back.
That's 5.
Oh yeah, keep hitting him. Come on. We want another round.
The crowd are loving it. So is Alex.
Yeah.
That Puerto Rican blood getting hyped up.
That's what I call the show right there. There we go. Yeah.
The old, let's get them up on the shoulders quick.
What about Minnesota? All right, man.
Good
fight.
That right there is a fight.
Absolutely. I enjoyed that one. I'm finding that last round difficult to score.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Interesting.
Okay. The score is in. Okay, let's listen to this verdict. Oh shit, that's loud. Hey, boys.
Hello, hi.
Hi. What's going on?
It is Bedlam here.
Bedlam.
At the Roberto Clemente Coliseum.
Oh, gee. Another one of these where every fucker gets in the ring at the end.
Yeah, very common back then, huh? Are we talking what, like the mid-90s maybe?
Going up against the WBA junior lightweight champion, Rocky Lockwood, who appeared to have it.
All right, so the broadcast has them. That's Rocky. Okay.
Look at that. You can't tell where the crowd stops and the
That's
ring
amazing.
starts.
But that shows you how much, how big boxing was, especially in this country at this time. How much it meant.
Right.
That's awesome.
Talk about true support right there.
Skipping it. Oh god, Alex, translate. Translate, Alex.
There.
Por favor, is that thank you?
Wrong volume. Yeah.
Please.
Please, yeah, por favor. What the fuck's my volume? There it goes.
Still in the process of clearing the ring.
Trying to get everyone out of the ring.
Will be in ring up against Carl. The final round. Holmes defense.
Please, if you want to know who won the fucking fight, get out the fucking ring.
All right, here we go.
Humberto Figueroa. Humberto Figueroa, the judge from Panama. 144, 145. He is not saying in favor of which fighter. Now Marcos Torres of Panama. 148, 146.
What?
The other judge, E. Kipris of Canada. 148, 144. Unanimous decision. Wilfredo Gomez.
Oh boy.
Wow. So unanimous.
Well. Unanimous to Wilfredo Gomez, the home fighter, the A side, do we say? Alex is looking very sheepish there.
I mean, he actually said on one of the cards, 144, 144. So it's majority.
Oh, okay. Okay. Right, majority decision.
Does that make it more acceptable? Yeah, let's do a reload. Okay. There's our final tallies then. I've got 142, 144. I scored that last round of draw. Josh, you got it 141, 144. Boz had it one round difference. I think he said that before the fight even started, that he remember scored it 1 round at 1 point difference, sorry. And then Alex, you've got it close as well, 142, 143.
Okay. Yeah, hey. Interesting. But all in favor of Lockridge, right?
Absolutely. So we all went Lockridge. This is a combined scorecard that I've got up on the screen.
Interesting.
That one. That'll be a bit easier to see. Yeah. So let's just scroll down to the bottom. Let's go through it all. 8 rounds to 6 and 1 even between the 4 of us. That last round being the even round, seemingly. Very close on the winning margins. So we had it 51.25% in favour of Lockridge. 8 rounds to 6, 1 even, 144, 142. The Rogman got the decision. Pretty controversial. I see why you've chosen this one, Alex. It was a fun fight as well. So good choice. Very good choice.
I like this. Yeah, and you can see it was kind of like a wave as far as the ebbs and flows of the fight there. You had in early sort of peaks and then a few valleys for both fighters. And then, yeah, we saw the transition there at varying points. Those are interesting ones to score right there. Makes it entertaining for sure.
Mm-hmm. Alex, any last words on that before we move on?
Yeah, it was such a good fight. Very competitive, like you said, a lot of different flows. We saw a little bit of everything from both fighters. You definitely saw a lot of grit and heart, and they both fought like champions. And I think because most people that actually scored it, including us, felt like Lockridge won, it overshadows the quality of the fight it was. And I think we see that to this day, such as the most popular fight we hear now, Devin Haney versus Lomachenko. One of my favorite fights, one of the most high-level fights you'll see. And yet everyone just talks about the robbery and how Lomachenko beat Devin's ass, which he had great rounds for sure, but that was not an ass whooping. That was a close fight that most of us believe Lomachenko edged out.
Yeah.
Agree.
We seem to almost always come back to that when we're scoring these fights, don't we? Like, such huge controversy usually stems from either like an inaccurate scorecard or just where people think it was wider than it actually truly was. I love doing this stream for that purpose, going back watching these fights.
Yeah, that was a good one right there. I mean, just shows you the amount of gems that are out there as far as some of these nip and tuck fights that you get to really see the true quality of some of these boxers there of the past. So I enjoy it for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, time is flying. So let's move things on and let's talk about the upcoming big card. Just quickly before we do so, Beagle, I can see your comment in the chat there. He's going to try and score later. How do you add it to the cumulative data for the group? So you're already in our group, I think, Beagle. So as long as you're registered and you're logged into your account and you go and score that fight, it should automatically be included in our combined scorecard if you go to it from your group view, if you go into my group section. So that is how you do that. And we welcome your scorecard. That would be great. Okay, let's switch over screen I'm presenting because we need to talk about the upcoming huge card next weekend. The undisputed heavyweight title is on the line, I guess, between sorry, I can't do two things at once. Let me share this window here. There we go. Okay. The undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Let's go schedule. And top fights coming up. Is it this event? There we go. There we go. All of the heavyweight straps on the line in Riyadh, where all the big fights are happening these days. It's Usyk versus Tyson Fury, the big heavyweight fight that we all want to see. We all need to see. Boxing needs it. It's going to be interesting. Alex, let's come to you first. What's your thoughts on this fight? Who's going to win? How they're going to win? Go.
I don't know. No, I'm just playing. Man, heavyweight undisputed fight. How long has it been? When was the last one? Was Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson undisputed?
Yeah, Lennox.
Right.
Yep, I think it was 3 belts though at the time.
Instead of 4.
So, man, undisputed has been a new wave. It's been what everyone wants to do. We've been seeing it. I think it's great to have an undisputed champion. Is it watered down a bit? That's a conversation for another time, man. These are 2 of the best heavyweights. These guys have fought their way through. Tyson Fury went through the biggest puncher we may have ever seen in boxing. Alexander Usyk was undisputed at cruiserweight, moved up, had a couple tough heavyweight fights, and then goes to beat Anthony Joshua twice. Goes on to beat a big puncher himself against Daniel Dubois. I had Dubois actually stop knocking him down. That should have been a knockdown. It is what it is. Can't change it. It's a lot of, it's the belt line, right? So anyway, back to this fight. I think Usyk, one of the more skilled big men we've seen that's fought over at 200 or more pounds. Tyson Fury, the most skilled man at that around that size, probably above 6'6", above 6'6", right? It's quite interesting. These guys are in their mid to late 30s. They've, like I said, won their way to this. It's in Saudi, big money, right? They're earning ridiculous amount of money. Everyone's a freaking pocket watcher, but this is about skills, right? Who's the better heavyweight? We're gonna find out in this ring of fire, they say. I'm rolling with Tyson Fury. I think Tyson Fury.
Okay.
I think he's gonna come. I think he's in shape. Some people feel like it's a bad sign. People think fat, sloppy Tyson Fury's the best. But I think, that Ngannou was just, I don't think he took it serious. I think Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight when he's focused. And I just feel like he's going to be focused. Why wouldn't he be? This is a crowning jewel to your career. You beat Alexander Usyk, you get all the belts. They have to put you there with the all-time greats and heavyweights. You can say you feel that way, but at the end of the day, we all like a bit of validity, right? To hear from our peers. And I think he's going to have his hand raised. How he does it, holy shit. I think with his size, his ability to control distance. I mean, how do you replicate what Fury does? It's impossible. There's no one that size that boxes like him. And he's proven he knows how to box off his back foot, and he knows how to come forward and beat you up. He's the perfect blend for someone that size. Like I said, it's we've never seen it before. And Usyk, great boxer, a guy with great footwork. Came up with Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko's father was his coach beforehand. And great fighter. Him losing means nothing. Doesn't take anything away from him. And Tyson Fury, unanimous decision when it comes to May 18th over there in Saudi Arabia.
Okay, excellent. Josh, give us your thoughts and prediction, please.
Yeah, excited about it as well. First 4-belt undisputed champion will come out of this. There was an opportunity, of course, for this to happen, but the 2 Klitschko's, they had the belt, so they weren't going to fight. So that's the only reason we didn't get a 4-belt champion during kind of Vladimir Klitschko's reign. That being said, that opportunity is amongst us now. Now, the fan in me wants Usyk to win, but I understand the challenge there that Tyson Fury will bring to the fold. And certainly the implications of such, as Alex mentioned, this going on the resume, being on the ledger for either guy really cements their status and takes them to another level. And for Usyk, it would be the second time he's been undisputed as champion, having come up from cruiserweight. It's always tough when you have a great smaller fighter taking on a great bigger fighter, and that is the case here because both of them can be considered the top of their class. With Usyk certainly showed that at cruiserweight, and now he's getting the opportunity to do so at heavyweight. But as Alex mentioned, that size and everything that Fury brings to the table, all the things that makes him different, that's something that you just cannot look past, and you need something special out of a guy like Alexander Usyk for him to be able to pull off a victory, just knowing what Fury brings to the table, looking at strengths and weaknesses from both guys. But I'm going to say that Usyk understands that. There's a lot weighing on it, and I think he knows the implication, and he's going to give everything he's got in this contest, and I can see him pulling off a decision victory. I'm going to say that I'm going to go with Alexander Usyk via majority decision, and I think that he is not going to let this slip by him because he understands the magnitude, and he's been ready and waiting for this moment, and we'll have no more delays. This is going down, so Fury's going to have to bring it, and he's going to have to be on all 12 rounds. And I think that Usyk most certainly will be able to match that. So I'm going Usyk here, and I think when Usyk does win this, he cements himself as one of the greats that we've seen, certainly here in modern times. And I think that he takes on all comers moving forward.
All right, nice. So we've got one each. Prediction-wise, for me, it is tough. I think it's going to be pretty close, but I'm going to favour Usyk as well. I just think, I don't know, he's just got, there's something about him he seems to know what to do. He seems to be able to figure out his opponent. It might take him a little bit to get going, but he just seems to be able to work to a victory. He seems to be a master of that. He's done it when he was down at cruiserweight, and he's unblemished so far as a heavyweight. He's undone Joshua a few times, and I think as good as Fury is, he's a big man. And to be honest, there's been quite a few times where I've predicted against Fury, and every single time so far, he's always proved me wrong. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happened again, to be honest. But yeah, I'm just thinking a Usyk win. I think he's pretty special. I think he'll be remembered as a great fighter, and I don't know. I've got a sneaky feeling that he's going to come with the win. But what I might say is, it might not just be a unanimous decision. I think it might be a split. I think it's going to be close, and it could be a split decision. And fuck, if it's a draw and they have to do it all over again for another bumper payday in Saudi Arabia, that wouldn't surprise me either, to be honest. But yeah, that's my thought, my prediction. I'm going to go with Alexander Usyk by a split decision. But yeah, man, it's such a great fight. It's one that the sport needs. Really looking forward to it, and it's only a week away. So excellent. Let's have a look. There's some comments coming here from Adrian, who's still with us. Thank you for still being here. He said, what do you all make about Fury's massive weight loss? I've actually not seen social medias about Fury and stuff like that. Have you noticed anything online regarding any huge weight loss and stuff, Alex?
Yeah, he looks more in shape. You see a little more muscular definition than usual.
Okay.
But, with filters nowadays and camera angles, who knows? Because I'll never forget Andy Ruiz before his AJ rematch. They showed him from a certain angle with his fist up next to, I don't know, someone he was sparring. He looked like to be, oh, wow, he's coming in like 250, 260. He came in like almost, I don't know, 280, 290.
Yeah. True. Very
true.
true.
Yeah. You certainly never know. But yeah, maybe it means that Fury's, you can see that he's engaged and really active in the training, but hey, you can only find out really once you're in that ring on fight night. We'll
Absolutely.
see.
Excellent. All right, let's quickly move along because time is ticking away. I know you boys need to get going. Joe Cordina is also on the card to that against Anthony Kakachi. Apateli versus Maurice Bradis is a pretty fun fight, even though Bradis lost last time out. And we've got Kabayal off the back of that really good stoppage win against Makhmudov. using against Frank Sanchez. Josh, do you want to mention any of those that you want? If you want to quickly go through those, pick some.
Oh yeah,
interests.
Opataya Briedis. I've said it many times. I think we're all in agreement. Cruiserweight certainly has been a very underrated division at times. Opataya seems to be the guy on top right now, representing New Zealand, and lo and behold, he goes against Maris Briedis, the other guy that was on top outside of Alexander Usyk. And once Alexander Usyk left the division, you had to say Briedis was that guy, and he proved it in the ring. So now we're going to see the two face off in a rematch. And in the last contest, I have to be honest with you, I actually scored it for Briedis. I had Briedis winning that last contest, and it was very close, so I could see it going to Opataya as well. And he did show what he was made of by fighting through a broken jaw. Now, the thing that concerns me is the fact that, as it relates to Briedis, he hasn't fought since that last matchup. And I want to say we're pretty much around the same age. He might even have a year on me. So that time off will either have done him some good, or he might come in a little bit rusty, a little bit stiff. And he might be every bit of that 38, 39 years old or whatever it is that he is right now. And that has to make you wonder, because the youth is most certainly on Opataya's side, and he's had the competition since that last fight. So a part of me has to lean with Opataya. And then I think that Kaya Bell versus Sanchez, excellent matchup. Two good heavyweights, and these guys are these two, the winner or someone we're probably going to see potentially be on the list for getting a title shot at some point, though it is a long line. And even the loser of this fight will still be someone who will be a name that can be thrown in the mix with some of the other guys. So I think this is one of the more intriguing fights on the entire card as well. So I like what we see. I like what we have here, at least on paper, heading into it. And shout out to Sergey Kovalev, still out there doing a little something, I'm guessing. I don't know what will happen, but we'll see.
Yeah, I noticed that name on there as well when I'm looking through. Alex, do you want to have a quick run through of those? Any shout-outs, predictions? Go ahead.
Yeah, when it comes to the Cordina matchup, man, Cordina, quite of a large body to be at that weight class still. And if you were listening to a lot of things he was talking about, he talked about the tough weight cut, and also how he wants big fights, So obviously, it just gives me a feel he's really just doing this for the paycheck. I don't really know too much about Anthony Cacace. I know I did see some of his fight against Michael Magnesi, who's a pretty decent Italian fighter. Watched him unfortunately get knocked out against Rikishi a couple months ago, who's a very up and comer at 130 pounds from Japan. But yeah, so this guy, he's not unfortunately a stupid term they like to use it too much. He's not a fucking Euro bum. He's not a bum. I think Anthony Cacace. Interesting pronunciation of that.
Irish Italian. Irish Italian,
the Apache. The Apache's way better for me. All right, the Apache. This could be upset just based off of those, that information that I felt that it just stuck with me, just because, man, I just don't like Cordina's energy, especially like going through that Edward Vasquez fight and the things he was saying, and just like his body language and how he fought that fight as well. Like, I'm not saying Edward Vasquez is a very tough fighter from Texas. Just had a good win on a Red Owl show, which is a smaller show over here in Texas. Got buzzed really bad by I think it's like Randall Bailey's nephew or son. But man, tough dude. A lot of people felt like he beat Raymond Ford. But yeah, Cordina, I just wonder. I have to look into it. How serious is he about this matchup? I have a real concern. So if he goes there and blows him out, I'm gonna look like an idiot. That's fine, but definitely a possible upset alert for sure.
Okay, cool. Want to mention any others before we move on?
Everyone knows Moses Atama. I mean, if you don't, then obviously
Yeah.
you're not one
Big
of us,
hype.
true hardcore. You know, big step up. A guy with 28 professional fights. No idea about his resume, but you see that, you're like, okay. I think Moses. I felt like his hype has gone down a little bit. Maybe because he hasn't really gotten stoppages, or maybe it's his time slot. I'm not sure. Oh, look at that! Stoppage.
First round.
Okay. But it was one fight early on. I think it was like a second or third fight. He fought a guy. There you go. And he didn't stop him. And I felt like ever since then, kind of, I guess maybe just through the outlets that I have, that I use, it's just been like nothing. I don't hear anything about Moses since then.
Yeah.
So obviously this is, like I said, with the amount of fights, they've gotten back to a guy that's experienced. So let's see what he does. And then what is it, David Naika, all the way in the bottom. I've had someone tell me that he's a very good cruiserweight prospect. So he's from New Zealand. The nice guy.
Cool.
All right, up there in age.
6'6".
Yeah, so they, I've been told he's someone to look out for. So I guess that's why he's out here on this card, to go ahead and showcase him and see how he mixes up with the current cruiserweight landscape. 28 years old, so those guys are seeing their prime is a little bit later, in age compared to the other guys. 28 usually like, yo, what are you doing? But cruiserweight, he might have some time. We could see him as a future heavyweight, and maybe him facing someone 12-0. Maybe we're gonna see him in big fights, in the next couple of years. Of course, Isaac Lowe. How could he not be on a Tyson Fury card, huh?
Right.
Absolutely. Okay. That covers that one. And I think we're out of time there, boys. I know that you, Josh, you've got your podcast, I think, along with Boz, have you, over on 86 Boxing?
Oh, yeah. We're going to hop on there, talk a little bit of boxing, continue some of the discussion, all that good stuff. Should be fun. Feel free to join in.
Yeah, make sure you all hop over there at 86 Boxing YouTube channel. And make sure you like and subscribe over there as well as here. Make sure you've already liked and subscribed here too. Alex, I know you're going off for some Mother's Day celebrations, so we'll also let you get going. Outside here is a raging storm. I'm not sure if you can hear it in the background, but we've got thunderstorms going on and flashes of lights, so that's exciting. So thank you everyone for stopping by and being with us here today. We'll see you again in a couple of weeks' time for the next one. We'll be back again on a Sunday, scoring a classic or a controversial or both ones. Alex going to do some research and get back to us what we're going to score next, unless you already know.
No idea.
He doesn't know. Okay.
It's a mystery.
On the spot. Okay, no worries. Right, we'll call that there. Thanks all for being here. Beagle, Boz as usual, Adrian that stopped by, Rodolfo Ramiro. Great to see you all here. We'll see you again in the not too distant future. Thank you all again. Goodbye.
I got Catterall over Taylor.